Step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn podcast. And happy holidays, man. Y'all know it's been a little minute before we've been on here because it was Christmas and then it was New Year's. Y'all know we did a couple episodes in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's been a lot. I'm happy to be back. I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday, but you know what it is. I'm your host, Dino. As well with me, I got hosting my boy Day.
Yes, sir. We back. Hope y'all had a great holidays, but we got locked back in.
Yes, sir. We locking back in. And my boy Lil had to handle some stuff tonight. He'll be back on for the later episodes, but we still gonna keep it rolling. We got to get back to it. Y'all already know it's the end of the season. It's the end of the season. It's week 18. It's the last week. The craziest part about this week is that there's so much possibilities to go on with this week with wins and losses. This is probably one of the biggest week 18s in the last 5 years. It's crazy. Wins and losses is going to mean a lot this week. And you know we're going to talk about it. We got our picks ready. And then we're going to talk about that playoff run and playoff spots because some spots is already set and some spots is up for the grabs. So we got to talk about that today. After that, y'all already know, same exact thing. End of the season has come for college football, but you know the end of their season is bowl season. That's right. We've been watching the bowl games. We've been watching the playoff. The first two playoff games was electric. They was great. We're going to talk about both of them. We're going to give y'all what we thought in them games, what happened, everything like that. After that, y'all already know the Natty is set. And we got our picks. I know I got my pick. I don't know if Day is confident with his pick. But I'm confident with my pick. And I'm going to give y'all my pick. Y'all gonna hear it. Another one, man, we're going to switch over to NBA. I don't know if y'all been watching, man, but OKC, they've been rolling. OKC been looking great. We're going to be talking about them a lot, man. OKC is one team that we're going to be talking about a lot. We're going to be talking about what's making them look great and if they could keep it going. Day, you could just kick us off with our first topic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it, man. NFL Week 18, like Dino just said, a lot is on the line with playoff implications. Those losses or wins in the season earlier might really come down to this last week, as it usually does. But like Dino said, this is probably one of the best Week 18s we've had in a minute since they introduced Week 18 in the NFL. Kudos to Roger Goodell for that. That's one good thing he did.
For sure.
But all right, let's get it. Let's start off on Saturday. We got our first matchup in the AFC North as the Pittsburgh Steelers are taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore has already clinched the #1 seed in AFC, so the AFC will be running through Baltimore. But Pittsburgh, on the other hand, they're trying to clinch a playoff spot. Pittsburgh can get in playoffs with a win and a Jacksonville loss or tie, a win and a loss by the Bills, a win and a tie by the Colts, a tie with the Colts lost and Jags lost, or a tie with the Texans and Jags lost, or the Jags have to lose, the Colts have to lose, and Denver has to win, or the Jags have to lose, the Texans have to lose, and the Denver has to win again. So, hey, Baltimore is probably resting their starters. So who you got for this game?
Baltimore is resting their starters. Lamar is not playing, and for that, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. They've been rolling. As you can see, they are starting Mason Rudolph. They have just announced him as a starter, meaning Kenny Pickett, even when healthy, is not coming back to play. Mason Rudolph has been looking like that light for them. Not gonna lie, he's been slinging the rock. I don't know how crazy that sounds, so I'm gonna just pause it anyway. But he's been doing his thing, bro. Mason Rudolph has been finding his playmakers. You know, George Pickens has been cooking up lately because of Mason Rudolph actually targeting him, giving him the ball, giving him chances. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh in this because Baltimore is just gonna be resting their players. Still gonna be a scrappy game because Baltimore does have a depth chart that's pretty good. So, but I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. They should get the job done, especially without Lamar playing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Steelers, too. They're favorite -4 in this game. Baltimore resting their starters, so it's nothing really too much to say. Pittsburgh better be thankful that Baltimore's resting their starters, because if Baltimore was not resting their starters, Baltimore would blow them out the water. Pittsburgh beat them earlier this year, but I just don't got it this time around. Lamar and the Ravens have been hot, but again, they're resting their starters. So, hey, let's see if Pittsburgh can get a win and other people make magic for them to get in the playoffs. So, hey, I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this first matchup. All right, on to the next matchup on Saturday night. Got an AFC South matchup. This one's going to have huge playoff implications as well. as CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, they're visiting Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts. And for these two teams to get in the playoffs, the Colts will have to win this game, or they'll have to have a tie in this game and have a Pittsburgh loss or tie, or they'll have to tie this game with Houston and have a Jacksonville loss. How Houston can get into the playoffs, the Houston Texans have to win, or they have to have a tie, the Jaguars have to lose, and Pittsburgh has to lose or have a tie. So who you got in this game, bro?
I'm taking Houston in this. I've been a lot on Houston just because I like CJ Stroud. I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm always rooting for my guy. And he coming back to play. He played pretty good last week, coming back on his first game. So I want to see him repeat it like he's been doing all year, looking like that offensive rookie of the year. Like I said it. So I think he's gonna play. Yeah, Houston, bro. Houston. Houston.
Not gonna lie, the Colts have been pretty surprising this year. I never thought the Colts would make it this far, actually. But honestly, let's be real. The Colts have been really surprising, but the Jags blew this division lead. The Jags have played really sloppy football in the last quarter of the season. The Jaguars have left the door wide open for Colts and Texans to even get the division spot. That's just crazy. But, the AFC South, it comes down to this, one of these games. But I'm going to take Houston in this one as well. I just see CJ Stroud and the Texans clicking and getting together. I know Stroud missed a couple games due to concussion and neck injury earlier, but I think Houston's going to finally get in the playoffs. The last time Houston got in the playoffs was when Deshaun Watson was a quarterback, and that was like 4 years ago. If Houston get into the playoffs with this very young team, rookie head coach and rookie quarterback, that is outstanding. I would love to see Texans get in the playoffs, but hey, I'm going to take Houston in this one just to be safe. I like Texans in this one. It's going to be close, though. It's going to be scrappy.
It is.
All right, on to the next game. Let's go move on to Sunday. The NFC South, one of the worst divisions in NFL. We got an NFC South matchup as Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, they're traveling to Charlotte to face Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Now, what's at stake for Tampa Bay is that Tampa Bay, all you have to do is win, and they win the division. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be locked in as the 4th seed representing the NFC South. But if the Bucs lose this game, they're opening up the door for the Saints and the Falcons.
Give me Carolina for the upset. Give me Carolina for the upset. Just because I want to see the Saints make it to the playoffs so they can play the Eagles. So give me Carolina for the upset, man. I'll be rooting for Carolina this weekend. I'm definitely taking Carolina for the upset, though. Jeez. I can't give you no valid reason because there's really no valid reason for you to ever pick them over them right now. But other than the fact that I just want them to win, I'm going to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, an upset will be type crazy to see. If the Panthers beat the Bucs and knock the Bucs out of the playoffs, that's crazy. I mean, the Bucs don't have to get completely knocked out. The only way the Bucs can make the playoffs still if that game ends in a tie. If one of them wins that game, the Bucs are out. So I think it's very imperative that the Bucs win this game. They have to win this game. It's imperative. But I don't see the Panthers knocking them off. I don't see Carolina knocking off the Bucs, bro. The Panthers have been one of the worst teams in the NFL. They don't even have the top draft pick like they should because they traded away with Chicago last year to get Bryce Young. Blame the GM. But I'm going to take the Bucs in this one. I think the Bucs are going to win in dominant fashion. It is going to be a scrappy game because the Panthers, they have nothing to play for. So
dominant fashion?
I think it's going to be pretty dominant.
Dominant fashion?
It could be if the Panthers don't show up. But we seen the Panthers, they have 2 wins. Those 2 wins that they got, they showed up and they showed out. Let's be real. So, hey.
Yeah.
But
they won by 2 walk-off field goals.
But it's still with that team, bro. They have such a bad team. It's like they were not even expected to win those games. They were supposed to lose those games. But they got a win's a win.
A win is a win.
They showed up and they showed out. They got the win. They did it however they could. All right, let's move on to the next one. Got an AFC North showdown as the Cleveland Browns. They'll be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, without Joe Burrow. The Cleveland Browns have already clinched a playoff spot. They are 11-5. The heroics of Joe Flacco have been outstanding for the Browns. Who you got for this one?
I'm definitely going with Cleveland. Cleveland have not ruled Joe out right now, so it looks like he's probably going to play this game. And, I mean, if you look at this 4-game winning streak, that's all Joe Flacco. I'm not going to lie to you. Joe Flacco looked like...
Joe Flacco has been ruled. Their Browns are going to be sitting Joe Flacco.
Oh, they're going to sit him?
Yep, Browns are sitting Joe Flacco. They're sitting Joe Flacco and the top players.
The Browns. I'm not going to lie. I'm still taking the Browns in this. Who they going to play, DTR?
Hey, I guess so.
I'm still taking the Browns in this. DTR got a win for them before. I feel like he could get a win in Week 18. I'm going with the Browns.
Sloppy. That win was sloppy last time DTR played, but
every one of their wins was sloppy till Joe Flacco started.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Till he started playing.
You're not wrong. Like I said, the Bengals have nothing to play for. again, that's something scary you got to watch out for in this league, man. When teams have nothing to play for, they will spoil your playoff hopes or spoil you in trying to get to the playoffs. I promise they will. We've seen it happen. So the Bengals have nothing to play for. I wonder if the Bengals are going to be sitting their starters. I doubt it. So, I mean, Cleveland already has a playoff spot clinched. I'm going to take the Bengals at home in this one. I think the Bengals going to walk out the season with a bang. I know Joe Burrow hasn't been playing. So let's see if Jake Brown can get it done. So I'm going to take the Bengals at home. All right, on to the next one. Got an NFC North showdown as the Minnesota Vikings are taking on the Detroit Lions. Detroit has already clinched pretty much the 3rd seed for the playoffs. They'll be representing the NFC North as they have a firm grip on that division title. The Minnesota Vikings, on the other hand, they can make the playoffs. So their matchup with Detroit is very pivotal on Sunday. They have to beat the Lions, then Green Bay has to lose, and Seattle has to lose. Also, Tampa Bay has to lose. Or Minnesota, again, they have to beat the Lions, then Green Bay has to lose, Seattle has to lose, or the Saints have to lose. So the Vikings have to win and hope for other teams to lose. Who you got for this game?
Definitely going with Detroit at home. Detroit's been playing some pretty good football lately. They almost knocked off Dallas at home, which I think speaks a lot towards the type of team that they are and the type of grit that they could play with. I talked about them really being as more of an overrated team. I think everybody knows how Khalil feels about that team, but they have shown a lot of fight and grit in them to be a top team, and the reason that they are a top seed in the playoff hunt. So I'm taking them at home for sure. I don't expect nothing less than playing good. I'm gonna be honest. Other than if Jared Goff, doesn't throw 4 picks.
Honestly, who knows if the Lions are going to be playing really hard this game? I mean, I personally would, because you still got a number 2 seed at stake for the Lions as well. They can still get the number 2 seed. As well, on the other hand, you're right. It's Jared Goff. I mean, we saw an ugly game from the Lions last week on Jared Goff's hand. The Lions did get cheated in that game against the Cowboys last week, but we're past that. You got to move past that. It is what it is. But I'm going to take the Lions at home as well. I just don't see the Vikings. They've been discombobulated. Even with Nick Mullins in the lineup, they haven't looked that great this whole year. I know they suffered some crucial injuries. Even with Jettis coming back, this team just hasn't looked that good, honestly, the whole year pretty much. Kirk Cousins was lightened up until he tore his Achilles, and then the dominoes just fell from there. But if Brian Flores can bring some heat against the Lions, maybe the Vikings get a win. But I just don't see it happening. So I'm going to take Detroit at home in this one. All right, on to the next game. We got an AFC East matchup. Pretty meaningless game, as both of the teams are already been eliminated from playoffs. We got the New York Jets and the New England Patriots.
Yeah, so this is a meaningless game with 2, very bad football teams. So I got a quote out here for y'all. You feel me? I'm gonna flip this coin. Heads is New England, and tails is the Jets. You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you a Jets or Patriots fan, you can't be mad at this. You can't be mad at this.
Bro, I can't take either one of these scrubs. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm gonna get out of either one of them. So, what up? I got heads. You feel me? Let me show the camera. I got heads. So I'm gonna go with New England. Bailey Zappi and them boys over there, and Bill Belichick. Who knows if Bill Belichick will be coaching in the next year? We're gonna talk about that we're gonna talk about that with another episode. You feel me? But that's gonna be one to talk about. That's actually something to talk about with these scrub teams.
100%. Hey, I'm gonna go with New England in this one as well. I mean, both of these teams were really, really bad this year. New England arguably has a top 5 pick. The Jets might be up there as well if they lose this game, or if they win. Who knows how the Jets will finish in the top 10 for the upcoming draft. But both these teams have played really bad this year, honestly. They both have some wins, some fluke wins, but honestly, this game is meaningless. But I'm going to take New England at home. All right, on to the next game. NFC South matchup with big playoff implications on the line. We got New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Now, let's first talk about the Atlanta Falcons. They're 7-9. They're still alive in the NFC South. So what's that stake? The Falcons can win the NFC South with a win plus a loss by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they face the Panthers Sunday. Also, what's that say against Saints? The Saints have to win this game, and the Bucs have to lose against the Panthers or tie, or the Saints can tie with the Falcons, and the Buccaneers have to lose against Panthers. So if the Bucs do win against the Panthers, the Saints still have a chance to make the playoffs. They can win that game against the Falcons, plus Seattle will have to lose, Green Bay will have to lose or tie, or the Saints, they can tie with Atlanta, plus Seattle and Green Bay both have to lose. So the Saints have a lot of different variables. But who you got in this NFC South matchup, bro?
I'm gonna go with New Orleans in this, man. They playing at home, so hopefully we can get a good outing by them. I know Khalil would love to see that because them Saints ain't been looking too good this year, but I see a lot of potential in the team still. It's a lot of talks about their coaching staff and what's gonna go on there too. So that's another one that we're gonna have to talk about in a later episode. But I'm gonna go with New Orleans for this one. Atlanta, somebody said, imagine not running your offense through your two best players. And that's the reason why
probably three best players.
Three. I mean, really,
Drake London,
four.
Kyle Pitts, and Bijan. Yeah, you four. You
really four if you want to say Tyler Algier whenever he's hot. So I don't get it. They have a lot of implications with their coaching staff too. So yeah, I'm gonna go with New Orleans though.
I'm gonna take the Saints in this one as well. I just don't trust Atlanta. I just can't, bro. I can't. It's too much discombobulation with their. I think Arthur Smith after this year, Arthur Smith should definitely be fired. This team just needs to be rebuilding and reshaping come to offseason. But the Falcons, they could have many chances to get it done. Again, both of these teams are still alive in the playoffs. So who knows? But a lot has happened. But I just don't see it happening for the Falcons. So I'm going to take the Saints. All right. Another AFC South matchup is happening as T-Law and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who honestly, they choked this AFC South lead. They're traveling to Tennessee to face the Titans. Now, what's at stake for the Jaguars is they win and they win a division, or they have to tie against the Titans, plus a loss or tie by Pittsburgh, or they have to tie and the Colts have to tie, or Pittsburgh has to lose, Denver has to lose or tie, and Houston has to lose or tie, or Pittsburgh has to lose, Denver has to lose or tie, and the Colts have to lose or tie. So honestly, the best part for the Jaguars is just win and you're in. Like win and you're in. Just win this game. But who you got?
I'm going with another upset, man. Give me the Titans in this one.
Whoa. Woo. Okay.
Have the Titans not upset big teams already?
They have.
Has it not happened?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I haven't had the biggest trust in Will Levis, but one thing I have seen out of him is for some reason he plays great versus good teams.
Not wrong.
The Jaguars have been really, really shaky. Now they lost 4 straight before they just beat the bad Carolina Panthers. So and they didn't even look the best in that game, even though it was a 26-0 win. I mean, they didn't even look the best. It's just Carolina's just that bad. So you can't really take too much from that game. They haven't really been looking too good, and it doesn't seem like it's going to turn around. I'm going to be honest. And the Titans, like I said, the Titans has seemed to really fight back against teams when they haven't been looking too good. So I'm going to go with the Titans in this one for the upset.
I'm going to take the Jags. I think the Jags, they as bad as they look, going on a 4-game losing streak, the last quarter of the year, they have not looked the greatest. I'm kind of disappointed in Jacksonville. I mean, Khalil's MVP guy, T-Law, he hasn't looked the best either, but I feel like the Jags are going to get this win and get in the playoffs. I can see it happening. They just got to take care of football and actually be effective on offense and defense against the Titans. Like you said, Dennis, the Titans aren't a good team, but they are sneaky good against good teams, and that's crazy. We've seen it this year. You're not wrong, but I'm just going to take the Jaguars on the road. All right, on to the next one. NFC West showdown. As Seattle Seahawks, they're traveling to Glendale to face the Arizona Cardinals, and Seattle also has some playoff implications on the line. Seattle has to win, plus the Packers have to lose or tie, or Seattle has to tie in this game, plus the Packers have to lose, plus the Bucs have to have a loss or a tie, or Seattle has to tie this game, plus the Packers have to lose, plus the Saints have to lose or tie when they face the Falcons on Sunday. So who you got for this? Cards, Seahawks.
Call me crazy, but I'm going with another upset. I'm going to be honest. I'm taking Carolina in this one.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. One thing we know about Carolina is that they're playing at home, and they've knocked off the Eagles at home. They've knocked off Dallas at home, and they beat the Falcons at home, which is not too much of an impressive win, but they beat the Falcons at home. They're playing Seattle at home, who is a very shaky roller coaster team. And one thing we know about Arizona is that they play hard against good teams. Look at all the good teams that they took it to the wire with. Even the ones that's not so good of teams, they took it. Their point differential is not really there. Like they haven't really lost by double digits once, even against the Ravens. Like, even against the Ravens, they lost 31-24. You know what I mean? And that was at home. So we know this team really, really thrives off of playing at home, even though they don't have too much of a good roster. Kyler Murray has just been certain that he's going to be the quarterback of the future still for them. So he's going to go out there and play like it. He hasn't been playing too bad. So I'm going to go with Arizona for the upset, bro. I don't feel like they can't get this done. I feel like they could.
Not gonna lie, bro. Seattle is highly favored in this game by 63% compared to Arizona 36.5. But I'm with you. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm not taking the Cardinals because they beat my Eagles. Everything you just said, I literally agree with. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Head coach Jonathan Gannon, I'm not the biggest fan of him. He was the Eagles defensive coordinator. I feel like he's the reason why the Eagles lost Super Bowl because he didn't make any adjustments in case he just exploited those weaknesses. But Cardinals are a sneaky team. They're young. They don't have too much talent, but they play together. They play together on offense and defense. They play together as we. There's no egos or individuals on that team. They play together and they play hard. And like you mentioned, their point differential against good teams or just teams that they beat, they're not really getting blown out in these games. They're keeping it down to the wire with these games. I just feel like Seattle, the last couple of weeks, they've been kind of like lucky with some of the wins, like the walk-off wins they've been having. But Seattle's not a bad team either, but that's one of the teams that's been disappointed this year as they couldn't really figure it out at quarterback or on offense in general. But I'm going to take the Cardinals at home in this one in the upset. So I'm right with you, bro. All right, on to the next one. Got an NFC North showdown as Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears were sitting at 7-9. They're traveling to Lambeau to face Jordan Love and the Packers. Now, the Packers do have playoff implications as well. Packers have to win or Green Bay has to tie, plus Seattle has to lose or tie, plus the Saints have to lose or tie, or Green Bay ties this game, plus Seattle loses, plus Tampa Bay loses, or Green Bay ties this game, plus Seattle ties, plus Tampa Bay loses or ties, or the Vikings have to lose, or plus Seattle has to lose, plus a Tampa Bay loss, or the Vikings have to lose this game, plus a Seattle loss or tie, plus a New Orleans loss. A lot of variables for the Packers to get in the playoffs as well, but their most simplest way is just be win and in. So who you got for this one?
I'm going to go with the Packers at home. As much as I really do want to go with Chicago because they're actually looking like the Chicago that I thought they was going to look like in the preseason. Justin Fields is actually playing pretty good. DJ Moore is being that number one receiver for them. So I really do feel like this is going to be a great, great game. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this game is probably going to come down to the wire, and it's going to solely be based on which quarterback pretty much outplays the other one. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm a bet on Jordan Love this game. I'm a bet on Jordan Love this game to get it done. With these type of playoff implications and they need to get in, I feel like they're gonna have a pretty good game plan with Matt LaFleur. I really feel like Matt LaFleur is one of the most underrated coaches in this league. I mean, if you
100%.
look at this team, this Green Bay team really isn't too talented on paper. If you look at their depth really isn't the best, especially with the injuries that go on. You got a quarterback that's first time being a full-time starter. I mean, it's a lot with that team right now. Matt LaFleur has always had this team ready to come out and actually battle. So I'm gonna take Green Bay in this one.
Bro, I'm with you. I like Jordan Love and Packers in this one. And I was one of those guys going into the preseason before the season started. I was like, yo, I think Jordan Love's gonna have a solid year and he could probably sneak them into the playoffs. Now we're here. They just have to win and they get in. That's outstanding. So I'll take that. But the Packers, they got to be on their P's and Q's this game. They can't be having turnovers or missed opportunities or plays, or in their defense can't be folding or not showing up. They need everybody in this game because the Bears have been looking pretty good lately. The fact that the Bears have 7 wins after how bad they were earlier this year, that's surprising as well. Let's imagine the Bears would have won a couple of those games earlier this year. The Bears would be fighting for a playoff spot as well. So, hey, this division for the future, this division is going to look really, really bright. But we knew this was going to happen. It's just the dominoes fell at the wrong time for certain teams. But let's hopefully see Jordan Love and the Packers get it done at home at Lambeau. All right, on to the next one. AFC West showdown as Mahomes and the Chiefs. They are taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers have nothing to play for. The Chiefs already clinched a playoff spot.
Pretty sure Pat Mahomes probably not gonna play this game. But I'm gonna still go with the Chiefs. The Chargers are just too bad of a team. They're already playing with their backups. So I mean, if I'm gonna bet on somebody backups, it's not the Chargers. So I'm going with the Chiefs in this. I feel like they're still just gonna get the job done at home. I don't even think the LA fans is gonna come out and cheer for that team, to be honest.
The lowest cost of a ticket right now at SoFi Stadium for this game is $29.
Yo,
That's crazy. In the city of Los Angeles. But again, this is a meaningless game. Mahomes is sitting out this game. But like Dennis said, I just don't trust the Chargers' depth. I don't trust the Chargers team at all. Even when healthy, they either fold or just disappoint me. I'm going to take the Chiefs and their backups in this game. All right, on to the next one. Got another AFC West showdown, kind of meaningless, as the Denver Broncos are taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
see, this is why I bought the quarter out. Two teams don't have nothing to do with nothing in the league right now. You feel me? I'm gonna give kudos to Russ. Think
It
that's
did
real
him
messed
dirty.
up.
It did him
Really
dirty.
think that's what's real messed up, what they doing to you right now. So yeah, actually, yeah. Just because what they're doing, I hope the Broncos lose. I'm taking Raiders in this one. Yeah, just because of how y'all doing Russ, bro. That's terrible. I'm upset with that. Let me be honest. That don't sit right with me.
My man's even flipped the coin this time. That's how mad he is about this.
Word.
I ain't gonna lie, Denver, y'all are going to hell. Y'all are doing Russell Wilson extremely dirty. Now, Russell Wilson has not played to his contract, but the fact that you guys are kind of low-key blackballing him, a lot of people don't think he's getting blackballed like Khalil, but I think y'all doing Russell Wilson extremely dirty. Y'all playing with this man's money. Again, he's not worth the money he's getting, but don't try to bench him or make him forfeit his contract. With that being said, and y'all know I hate the Raiders. I can't. Only I hate the Raiders though, because I don't like Josh McDaniels. I don't like Jimmy G. I love Tay Adams and I love Antonio Pierce. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders in this game. I'm gonna steal a page out of Dino's book. Or no, Dino actually stole a page out of my book. I was gonna be petty and just go for Raiders just because what they did to Russell Wilson. So give me the Raiders at home in the AFC
And
West
if you want to hear,
showdown.
and if you want to hear how I feel about it, because there's people that feel certain ways about it. If you want to hear why I feel the way I feel about it, you could DM the page. DM our page, and Dino will reply. I will reply before the Horn podcast on DM, on Instagram or Twitter, any which platform that we're on. DM us, and I will explain it myself from a man's perspective.
And I'll join in on that as well. All right, on to the next one. We got an NFC East showdown as the Philadelphia Eagles are traveling to MetLife to face the New York Football Giants. There's a lot at stake for the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. The Eagles are currently the 5th seed. With a win and a Dallas loss, the Eagles can win a division. But with a loss, the Eagles are just going to sit at the number 5 seed.
I'm going to pick my guys. And I'm not confident about it. Okay? I'm going to pick my guys, and I'm not confident about it at all.
Yeah.
This guy Day done pissed off freaking Dory Jackson, and he wants to make plays all of a sudden on us.
Come on.
The Eagles want to look bad. And they got that on film on how they look bad. So now teams can see that they look bad. I'm going to take my guys just because the Giants are not that good of a team. And I think just athletically, they don't match up with us, just talent and athletic wise. Like, just take the coaches out the picture, just run a 7-on-7, and they're still not going to beat us. Like, so I'm going to take my guys, but no, I'm not confident at all in that. Let me be honest. I'm not. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is another meaningless game for the Giants, so they look to play spoiler. And the Eagles, they can get got in this game. They can get got. And I'm with you, Dino. I don't feel confident in my Eagles, even though this is a meaningless game for the Giants, but that makes it even more scary. But I just don't think the Giants match up with us talent-wise. But a lot of teams didn't match up with us talent-wise, and we still almost got. So, but with that being said, I'm going to take the Eagles on the road. All right, on to the next one. NFC West showdown as Matt Stafford and the Rams look to keep their playoff hopes alive as they're traveling to San Fran to face the Niners. The Niners will be sitting their starters as they have already locked up the number 1 seed in the NFC. So the NFC will be running through the Bay Area. The Rams have already clinched a playoff spot. Surprisingly this year, they've shocked a lot of people with Matt Stafford's inconsistent play and Puka Nacua going crazy, and Kyron Williams going crazy in the backfield, and Cooper Kupp coming back from injury. But this is a meaningless game as both teams have already clinched, like I said earlier. But who you got for this game anyway, bro?
I'm going to take the Rams in this one. because, San Fran starters is not going to play. But not only that, if I'm a coach and I'm coaching the Rams right now, if I'm Sean McVay and I'm sitting here mentally and I'm thinking we're hot We're on a 3-game win streak. We just clinched the playoffs. We're going against arguably the best team in the league, probably second best team in the league. Let's go out this season with a bang. Let's try to get another win. Let's play hard. They're probably not going to play Matt Stafford, but let's play as hard as we could to get this win, to keep this ball rolling, to go into the playoffs with some momentum, because you know that they're going to probably have to play Dallas in the first round. So let's keep this rolling. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with the Rams, because if I'm Sean McVay, that's what I'm preaching to my guys all week. And I'm pretty sure he is, because Sean McVay is a very good coach. So
100%, absolutely. And I said this before the season started. I told people the Rams are going to be a sneaky team. McVay are going to have them boys coming out there ready to play. Their talent may not look the same on paper as it did in the past, as they sold their soul for that Super Bowl. Let's be real.
You know, we was on the same page, but you know, our other colleague here wasn't.
Khalil wasn't on the same page we was on, but it's all right. I'm gonna take the Rams in this one as well. Again, they already clinched, surprisingly clinched. They shocked everybody. But hey, if I'm McVay, I'm still having these boys coming out ready to play. You know, it's week 18 and it's kind of meaningless. All right, on to the next one. NFC East showdown, as Dallas Cowboys are taking on the Washington Commanders. The Cowboys are currently the number 2 seed, but the Cowboys have some implications as well. They already clinched, but if the Cowboys win this game, they win the NFC East straight out. But if the Cowboys lose this game, they relinquish the NFC East. If the Eagles win, and the Cowboys will drop to the 5th seed. Who you got in this one?
I'm going with Dallas in this one. I feel like Dallas should have no problem beating Washington, as they done. They beat the dog crap out of them the first game. So I feel like Dallas can go out there and do it again, even if it's at home. Now, do I want Dallas to win? Absolutely not. Y'all know I'm a Dallas hater. I keep it real. You know, I give them their flowers when they do stuff good, but I'm a Dallas hater, so I would never want them to win. So I don't want them to win, but got to be real with this one. This is probably the only game that I don't want a team to win, but I'm going to still be real and pick the team that I don't want to win. So I'm going to go with Dallas in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I just don't see the Cowboys losing this game. Just give me Dallas. I don't even want to get into that, man. I think the Cowboys are going to smoke the Commanders. The Commanders, they can't play spoiler, but I don't see it happening. So give me Dallas on the road. All right, last game we're going to cover, AFC East showdown. As playoff implications, it's online for both of these teams. It's going to get real scrappy, but the Buffalo Bills are traveling to Miami for Sunday Night Football to take on the Dolphins. And what's on the line for the Buffalo Bills and the Dolphins? The Bills can get in the playoffs by winning or tying this game, or the Steelers have to lose or tie, or the Jags have to lose or tie, or the Colts have to tie. So even if Buffalo doesn't win, they still can get in, but they need help from Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and Indianapolis by all losing or tying those games. But it's simple for Bills, win and in. It's also simple for Miami, win and in and clinch the division.
I am going to go with Buffalo in this, because, you know, Buffalo's going to play hard to get in that playoff spot, and Buffalo's been looking pretty good lately. I've been saying it since preseason. I've always been saying Buffalo is the most overhyped team in the league, and it showed this year with just how much of a roller coaster of a season they have. But I really feel like they're going to go out and get it done against Miami, another team that folded in my eyes. But yeah, I'm gonna take Buffalo in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills in this one as well. Now we gotta talk about how Miami choked this divisional lead. I don't care what no one says. You know, I did say Buffalo was the most overrated team in my opinion, and coming into this year, they have shown us that they are overrated. But these last handful of games, they sprung out and won those games, and now they're back in a playoff spot. So I'm not surprised that the Bills are gonna get in, probably, but they have to win this game or they have to have help from other teams. But yeah, Miami, they just full of injuries to a lot of key positions. It's going to be really tough for them to win this game, but they're at home. Miami has been pretty good at home, but Miami, they can't be good teams. We've seen that all year. So honestly, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Bills going to get it. But ladies and gentlemen, like Dino said, man, last week of the NFL season, this has been a great season, but week 18 is definitely very, very imperative for a lot of these teams when it comes to playoff implications. So let us know in the comment section who you guys think is going to win these games that we talked about. Also, let us know any wild takes you guys got for this week. Or let us know any crazy upsets or any dominant blowout wins. Also, let us know who you guys think is going to get into the playoffs. It's really coming down to the wire, man. Y'all better tune in this Saturday and this Sunday as the NFL Week 18 is going down, the season finale. All right, let's move into our next topic, college football. The college football playoffs have occurred on New Year's Day. We saw 2 pretty good and great games, in my opinion. You can say pretty good or great. It depends on how you want to view them. But let's talk about the first game first. The Rose Bowl, as the Michigan Wolverines, they defeated the Alabama Crimson Tide in overtime. Hey, let's hear your thoughts about this game.
Great game by Michigan, bro. Really great game by Michigan. Really good game by JJ McCarthy. He went out there and played very efficient. Gave you 221 and 3 touchdowns. Blake Corum actually rushed the ball for over 50 yards this game, and he was pretty effective, especially in some of the runs he had, bro. Like he had some pretty key runs for first downs. That touchdown run in overtime was amazing. I feel like he really sprung them into action. JJ McCarthy had a lot of help from his supporting cast and his receivers. Roman Wilson played great when he needed to. They failed to get him involved early in the game. I feel like Alabama's defense was just playing pretty good early in the game, but they ended up getting exposed later in that game, especially since the offense clearly couldn't get nothing going at all. I mean, Jalen Milroe played trash. He played terrible.
He played bad. He played so bad, bro.
He didn't do a damn thing. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give Michigan defense more credit than I'm gonna say Jalen Milroe played bad, because Michigan defense was playing great. I mean, having 5 sacks in the first half, the first time that's ever happened.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like, they was all over everything. Hats off to Michigan's defensive coordinator. He came out there. He had them ready to play. And I mean, it showed what they could really do. It shows why they was number one in the rankings coming into this game. And they knocked off Alabama, who a lot of people thought was going to win. I picked Bama in this game. Y'all know I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm always pick Michigan to lose. But I wholeheartedly thought Alabama was really going to come out and win. Like, I didn't really think Michigan was going to come out and play that good, but they came out there and balled their ass off. So, excuse my language, but I gotta give it to them. Shout out Zach Marshall, man, little bro. Really love you, dog. Happy that you doing your thing on Michigan. You feel me? Only time I say go blue is for my dog. So happy for you, man. Playing in the Natty as a freshman.
That's facts, man. Bro, honestly, this was a pretty good game. It's a lot of people probably, if they want to see fireworks, this wasn't the game for you until you saw the ending. What went wrong, in my opinion? Let's talk about Bama first. What went wrong for Bama? The offensive line could not protect. Offensive line was just bad for Bama. A school like Alabama, the pedigree of that school, you would think they have a really pretty good offensive line. Michigan's D-line made them look like it was nothing. They were sending different gap blitzes, different stunts, and everything. Mm-hmm. Bama's O-line could not handle none of it. Like Dino said, Milroe got sacked 5 times in the first half. I was scared for him. I was like, he looks like Justin Fields on Sunday. They can't protect him, and he can only do so much with his legs if he's under pressure all the time. Mm-hmm. Also, the miscues with the center and Jalen Milroe, it was just so bad, dog. Like, that center also has declared for the transfer portal, so he's up out of here. Yeah. Thank goodness. Good riddance to him. But Bama, they just couldn't get it going early. That's what went wrong, for my opinion, for Bama. They couldn't get it going early. And Jalen Milroe, I mean, his legs worked. He ran the ball pretty efficiently. He ran the ball 21 times. So it's like, bro, that's a lot for a quarterback. Like, your running back should be getting that carries. Like, J.C. McClellan only had 14 carries. Your quarterback got more carries than your goddamn running back. Like, what happened to that? And then Michigan secondary, I'm not gonna lie, Alabama receivers made some plays towards the end of the game, but Michigan secondary had those receivers on lockdown. Jermaine Burton and Isaiah Bond, I thought they were gonna go crazy, but nah, Michigan secondary had that on lock.
Jermaine Burton had what, 1 catch?
Yeah, had 4 catches for 21 yards. 4? Isaiah Bond had 4 for 47.
Barely knew he played.
That's what I'm saying. They had it on lock, but that's what we're on for Alabama. Also, bro, can I just get your thoughts on that last play of the game by Alabama? Can I just hear your thoughts right quick? Because I'm infuriated by that call. That was so bad.
All right, so first, I'm gonna actually put this one out there first. The most casual thing you could do for somebody that's trying to evaluate a play is for you to pause the play mid-play and say, yeah, that's the lane right there. That, bro, do you know how fast a D1 college football game goes? Do you know how fast the NFL speed is? Do you know how fast a varsity game is?
They all happen fast. There's different levels of speed.
Like that, bro. Like, it's not that easy. It's not something that's easy. Yes, the lane, there's going to always be a lane that opens up in every single play. So you can say that with whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay? Point to be called, the point to be said is that it should have never even been called in the first place. Okay? You're at the 4-yard line. You're not at the 2. You're not at the 1. Your chances are a lot less, especially going against this defensive front. What this defensive front have showed you all day
You run a quarterback draw on 4th down from the 4-yard
What
line.
have you done all day that
Bro.
showed you, let me pick a QB draw to win the game to tie the game up for us to take this into the next overtime? Like, what told you that? At what point did you say, yeah, this is a great idea? Like, that was just terrible play calling, if you ask me. It was bad. I know Jalen Milroe, all he could do was do things with his legs, but that was just a bad play call, bro. It was terrible. I don't know why that was even called. You gotta try to dial something else up. It's the last. The game is on the line here. You gotta dial something up.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm with you on the same boat, bro. But I'm gonna talk about Michigan right quick. Michigan did all they could do. I'm happy that Blake Corum got the game-sealing touchdown. But JJ McCarthy, I don't care what y'all say about him. He played a solid game, but he still has a lot of flaws as a passer. He threw 3 touchdowns. I'm happy for him. But Roman Wilson, I agree. He should have got started early, but they didn't get involved in the game plan too much early. They were just trying to run the ball. I really wish Donovan Edwards got more carries. But Michigan's defense was really the sole savior of this game for Michigan because their offense, it looked kind of shaky until like the kind of toward the end of the game. That's where Michigan's offense really woke up. But honestly, like I said, if you were expecting fireworks in this game, this is just a pretty defensive game until the ending of the game. But hey, kudos to Michigan for winning that game. They are moving on to the Natty in Houston to face the team we're going to talk about next, the Washington Huskies. They held on and defeated the Texas Longhorns in the Sugar Bowl. Hey, bro, let's hear your thoughts about that game.
What a great game, bro. What a great game. This game was fire. I mean, it gave you exactly what you wanted. It gave you a shootout about 2 great quarterbacks. I mean, both of the stats on these quarterbacks was crazy. Michael Penix, he gave you 2 touchdowns in 430 through the air. I mean, his supporting cast in Rome Odunze, he gave you 125. Jalen Polk gave you another like 122 on 5 catches. Like, the supporting cast around it for Washington was just nuts. They really showed out there why they are 14-0 and why they've been playing as good as they have been and why they've ruled the Pac-12, which was the best conference in college football this year. I mean, they did everything right. Their defense played pretty good too. I mean, outside of the fact of, giving up 31 points, Texas's offense is good. We know Texas's offense is good.
That's a great offense.
Quinn Ewers went out there and gave you another 310 yards throwing. I mean, they both really came out to play, if you ask me. It came down to the last play, exactly what should have happened because this was such a great game. Kudos to both teams. I mean, it was just a back and forth game. Nobody pulled away in this game at all. It was literally came down to the last play. Literally. I mean, you could give the pat on the back to Quinn Ewers and that offense for driving them down the field and even attempting to do that. That was such a great drive too. But, Washington's defense, it came away with that big play and that swat at the end of the game to finish it out. Man, just what a great win, bro. This was 2 great games, bro. You can't ask for nothing more. The 2 last 14 playoff games.
Honestly, bro, this was a great game. Now, if you were expecting fireworks and shootout, this is probably your game to watch. Very, very offensive, as both of these teams' defense wasn't really there. We know Washington doesn't have a great defense. We talked about this in the past. We know Texas has a great offense. Their defense can play sometimes, but they're not going to be the greatest. They're going to do what they got to do. But they were part of the Big 12, but now they're moving out the conference going into next year. But honestly, bro, this is a really good game. I'm not going to lie. Michael Penix Jr., his draft stock, in my opinion, went up. You could argue that he's probably definitely the 3rd best quarterback in the draft now. Caleb, Jaden Daniels, then Michael Penix, then Bo Nix. I think Penix and Bo Nix, they're tied for that 3rd and 4th spot. Like that's up in the air.
As far as quarterback talent too, I got both of them. I got them pretty tied. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty tied. But Penix draft stock definitely went up this game. Like, he made a lot of great throws this game. He threw 430 and 2 touchdowns. And I picked Texas to win this game. I'm not gonna lie. I picked Bama in the first game, they lost, and I picked Texas in this game. I thought Texas was going to show up offensively. But, they failed to get their weapons involved early, like especially their receivers. A.D. Mitchell had a touchdown. Great adjustment, great catch. But Xavier Worthy, where was he at?
Yeah.
That was kind of disappointing.
He did not show up.
I mean, C.J. Baxter and Jaden Blue, they both had a pretty good game running the ball, had a touchdown apiece, both had over 50 yards rushing. But I feel like, I'm not going to lie, in this game, I really feel like Quinn Ewers was missing a lot of throws. And I'm going to talk about Quinn Ewers in a bit, but I'm going to go back to Washington. Dylan Johnson, 2 touchdowns. He had them early, but he didn't get too much going on the run game outside of those 2 touchdowns. Rome Odunze and Jalen Polk and Jalen McMillan, they are definitely the best. They showed you guys they are definitely the best wide receiver trio in the nation. Odunze, bro, he's one of the best receivers going into the draft. Jalen Polk went sicko, had a 77-yard touchdown. Jalen McMillan, he did his thing.
Oh, McMillan,
bro,
yeah.
this offense was crazy,
McMillan
bro.
too. McMillan is nice.
This offense is crazy. But Washington defense, again, they weren't the best, but they forced turnovers. They had a fumble recovery as well. Washington did all they could do on defense. They know they could only do so much on defense because the defense was not that good, but their offense definitely made up for it. So I'm happy for Michael Penix and the Washington offense. They executed. But let's talk about the ending of the game. It was 45 seconds left, and a Washington player, he gets injured, catches a cramp. Texas has no timeouts. If that player does not get injured, Washington walks off and win that game. But being at the fact that he caught an injury when it was 3rd down going into 4th down, that gave Texas hope, and Texas drove the ball down the field and almost could have got the game-winning touchdown as they were on down by 6. If they would have made the extra point, they would have won the game. So let's talk about that ending the game. Personally, I think Quinn Ewers, that last play, the throw was rushed. He was getting blitzed, but the blitz wasn't really there too much, in my opinion. But again, I'm not on the field. I'm just a spectator. But I feel like that was just a bad throw. He threw it up in the air. A.D. Mitchell was a very athletic receiver, but I feel like Quinn Ewers should have threw a back shoulder. He threw it, and Muhammad was able to go up. I believe, was it Muhammad? I don't know what player it was, but he was able to go up and make a play and swat the ball. He did get there early. The DB did get there early, but refs didn't call it. They let them both play out. A.D. Mitchell was looking for the flag at the end, but honestly, the end to the game could have been avoided if the player didn't get injured or didn't catch a cramp. But, I mean, that happened during the game. But let me hear your thoughts about the end of the game, bro, because it was type crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It wasn't a fake of an injury or nothing. So I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? I understand. He caught a cramp. It just was an unfortunate. Good thing the defense was able to pick up off of that. Now that last play, I don't think it was a PI at all. Even though he was there a little early, and the reason I'm saying that is because he was making a play on the ball.
True.
Not like he was trying to impede him from catching it or anything. No, he was making a play on the ball. That's exactly what he was doing. And then he played it great. And that just leads up to what it led up to, that win. So, I mean, argue with your mama. You feel me?
Honestly, hey, yeah, that's not wrong. But I'm going to quickly touch on Quinn Ewers right quick. Quinn Ewers is a great quarterback. He's a great college quarterback. I'm happy he's returning for another season at Texas. But I just saw some glimpses of Quinn Ewers' quarterback play in that game. Yes, he threw for over 300. He had a touchdown pass, but it was just some throws and decisions I saw by Quinn Ewers I just did not like. So, I mean, hey, Texas could probably be back next year. Again, next year we have a 12-team college football playoff. I know we both excited about that. I know Khalil definitely excited about that. It opens things up much more.
Too.
But Quinn Ewers, I just like that game. I didn't see the best Quinn Ewers I could see. But, it happens. But, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what y'all think about the college football playoff games, the semifinal games, the Sugar Bowl, and the Rose Bowl. Give y'all thoughts and opinions about those games. Also, let us know who you guys were rooting for. Were you guys rooting for Bama, Michigan, Washington, or Texas? Obviously, Washington and Michigan won their respective games, so they'll be playing in the Natty. But give us who y'all thought was going to win those games. But let's jump right into the next topic. The College Football National Championship 2024. It will be held on this upcoming Monday, January 8th, from Houston, Texas at Energy Stadium. The Michigan Wolverines and the Washington Huskies on ESPN. Dino, who you got for this game, bro? It's all for the marbles here.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be a great game, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one because what Michigan brings is that vaunted defense and that defensive front that just doesn't play around. They don't play no games, and they're gonna make even the best look bad. And that Washington offense, man, it's so electric with the receivers and the quarterback. I mean, Dylan Johnson, even though he barely gets any carries anymore, he's electric when he gets the ball in his hands. I'm going with Washington in this. Main reason is Michael Penix is something that Michigan has not seen all year. Michigan has not played a single quarterback that has the capabilities that Michael Penix has. Michael Penix will dot you up. They hasn't played an offense like Washington's offense all year. I mean, yeah, they played Ohio State, but they played a Kyle McCord and Kyle McCord couldn't really do nothing against him, as you see. So Kyle McCord Kyle McCord is nowhere near Michael Penix. Not putting too much praise on him, not saying that they're not gonna come out and play good. I feel like they're gonna punch Michael Penix in the mouth. But I feel like he's gonna be able to still get it done. I'm gonna be honest with you. I expected a real gritty game. Michigan's gonna come out ready to play. They're gonna be ready to play. They have very, very high confidence in this game to go out there and win. So it's gonna be a big one, man. But I'm going with Washington in this.
Huskies stand up. You know why Dino picked Washington. He don't like Michigan. He hates Michigan. That's probably why he picked him. But he did just give him kudos. He gave him props. You know, you're an Ohio State fan. He hates Michigan. But my pick for this game, let me just give a quick breakdown of this game. Because honestly, this game can go either way. I'm not going to lie. If Washington offense lights up this Michigan defense, it's going to be crazy. The exciting battle to watch is Washington's O-line versus Michigan's D-line and front seven. That's going to be great to watch. Also, Washington's receivers versus Michigan's secondary. That's going to be great as well. Also, can Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum get going against this Washington defense? The defense is not that good, so I believe can they go crazy? Also, how is Michael Penix Jr. going to play against his great defense? How is J.J. McCarthy going to play? We see how he played this year. It's a lot of variable in this game, but I'm not going to lie. I think Michigan's defense is going to play really good. This game is going to probably be very, very electric. I just feel like Michigan defense, they're going to force a turnover or two. They're going to force some errors. I got the Wolverines. I'm going to take the Wolverines against the Huskies. I like it. I like it more. I think the running back combination and Don Edwards and Blake Corum and Rome Wilson, they got to get him going early, though. And the Michigan O-line, they have the best O-line in the nation. Washington's defense, I just said that, they're not that good. We've seen them fold a lot this year. They should have had some losses, but they overcame and prevailed because of their offense. Yeah. But Washington's offense is electric as well, but I think this Michigan defense is going to be a problem. Forcing some sacks and turnovers.
Here's the thing, though. Oregon has so much of a better offense than Michigan, and they beat Oregon twice.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. This game go either way. I don't know, but I'm gonna take the Michigan Wolverines to secure the 2024 National Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know who y'all got Monday night in Houston, Texas, Energy Stadium, College Football National Championship. Washington Huskies 14-0, Michigan Wolverines 14-0. It's gonna be the battle of the heavyweights. I'm excited for this one. Great defense versus a great offense. We gonna see. But let us know in the comment section who you guys got in this game, whether it's the Wolverines or the Huskies. Give us your thoughts and opinions and predictions about those games. Give us some wild takes as well about the national championship. We want to hear it all. Also, let us know what is your final outcome for the college football playoff national championship. All right, last topic of the night. We're going to move into the NBA. Let's talk about Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder that have been bad the last couple of years, yeah, they're rolling right now. They're second in the West. They're 22-10. They've been a really, really, really good team. And let me read off some crazy stats about the Thunder. They're the second youngest team in the NBA. They have the fourth best overall record in the league. They could be the first team with an MVP and Rookie of the Year on the same team. Talking about Shai and Chet Holmgren. Also, they have 10 players on the team shooting from 40% or more from the three-point line. That is freaking absurd. They have the third highest defensive rating and the fifth highest offensive rating. They have the highest free throw percentage in NBA history currently right now at 85.2%. So I'm going to ask you this question straight up. Are the Oklahoma City Thunder legit, or is it too early to tell?
Yeah, legit. Yeah, legit. Yeah, Shai is legit. Yeah, he's legit. Come on, man. They 8-2 in their last 10. I mean, come on, man. Shai. The Shai we talk about, bro. The Shai we talking about. Listen to his stats in the last 10. 30, 43, 25, 30, 31, 34, 34, 36, 40, 24, 36, 30 bucket. 30 bucket.
They're killing it.
He's a 30-piece chicken nugget,
They're killing it.
Come on, bro. How many times he didn't out of like what, 20 games? I feel like he didn't give 30. He gave no less than 30 like 3 times. Come on, bro. Chet Holmgren's out there getting boards. out there getting boards.
He's really
Even
looking
though
like the
he
early
built like
rookie
a
year
Slim
favorite.
Jim. He's out there getting boards, bro. Like, yes, yo, this team is legit. Yes, this team is legit. Yes, I'm banging on this team. Yes, I like this OKC team. Y'all know I'm a Shy fan, bro. I like Shy. Stop playing.
I've been killing it.
Yes, this team is legit. For sure.
You know, it's so crazy how we could rave about this team, how they traded Paul George away, and everybody was like, oh man, they traded Paul George for all these picks, and they're not gonna be good. Bro, this team, they are actually good. They're second in the West right now. They're above the Denver Nuggets, Clippers, Kings, Mavs, Rockets, Suns, Lakers, Warriors, Jazz. A lot of those teams I just named, they made the playoffs last year. The Thunder didn't make the playoffs last year. OKC is looking really great. It is still a bit early, but if they can continue this going and Shy keep playing great, Chet keep playing great, their support cast keep playing great. Like, dog, did y'all hear the stat I mentioned earlier? They have 10 players shooting 40% or better from the three-point line. They're very efficient at the free throw line. They have a great offensive rating. They have a great defensive rating. They're doing everything that you want them to do. Let's talk about Shy. Shy is your leading scorer. He averaging 31 points a game. Chet, he's been balling. He's definitely running for the rookie of the year. I think he's ahead of Wemby in my opinion. And then you talk about Jalen Williams. He's been playing great as well. He's averaging 18. Josh Giddey, amidst all the allegations he got going on, he's a pretty good supporter. And then Lou Dort, he's great on defense. Bro, this team is just full of supporting players, and they all do their job. They all play their roles perfectly. And coaching has been pretty good this year. He knows how to work with these young players. They're clicking on all cylinders. This is the team that you might want to watch out for in the West. It may be too early to tell, but I'm not gonna lie. I would not be mad at nobody right now if they put all their poker chips on the table for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I would not hate that or be mad at that. The team is gonna be a beast to deal with for the Western Conference in years coming. This is a very good, young, efficient team. They can stay healthy and keep it going and put egos aside and keep playing great. Because the energy they have out there on that floor, it's so remarkable to watch. I love watching them. The Thunder are going to be a problem in the future. Hey, the Western Conference, shoot, not even the Western Conference. The rest of the NBA, y'all better wake up because the Thunder are coming.
For sure. Another thing to look at, bro, is just their up-and-coming schedule too, man. Their upcoming schedule is a lot of winnable games. They got a couple tough ones. They gotta go to Miami, which is another tough one. They gotta go to the Lakers, which is gonna be a tough one. Portland's not a pushover team, if you ask me. Yeah, they have some pretty tough games coming up. They gotta go to the Clippers still, right after going to they gotta go back to LA. So, I mean, they have some tough ones coming up, and we're gonna see exactly what they built when you see these tough ones coming up. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna see what they built for when we see how they play in these.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you gotta think about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Do y'all think they're actually that good, or do y'all think it's way too early to tell? Are they gonna finish as a high seed in the West or a lower seed in the West, or are they gonna finish off as a play-in team and get into the playoffs? Let us know in the comment section what you gotta think about all that in general, and give us your thoughts and opinions about the Thunder. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight's episode of Before the Horn Podcast, episode 39. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for whatever platform you guys are watching or listening to us on. We love bringing this content to you guys. Thank you for supporting us continuously. We appreciate all that. We had a little hiatus due to the holidays, but we are back now. No worries. We are back on the grind. If there's any future schedule adjustments, we will put that on our Instagram story or on our Twitter. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for those. But we appreciate the continuous support, and we thank you guys. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast. Also, make sure you guys follow us on TikTok and Twitter at Before the Horn Podcast.
As y'all know, y'all can do y'all personal part in supporting us and supporting our Patreon and joining our Patreon. That's the best way to support us. We are just regular guys that work regular 9 to 5s. We take out of our free time to bring this content to y'all and to do this and talk about the things that we love. So our biggest way for you to help is by joining our Patreon. On top of that, our Patreon comes with a bunch of perks, as well as talking and interacting with us personally. If you want to talk, chit chat, argue, whatever you want to call it with us personally, give us your thoughts personally, Patreon is the best way to go, as well as we have some shirts on the way. I know people have been asking. Yes, they really are on the way. I promise they're on the way. We're going to be having some hats too. We're just going to see how the shirts look first, get a try on for them. get some people having them on. We're gonna have
Fact.
an episode where we're all wearing the shirts. Yes, it's gonna happen, and I promise it's coming. But if you guys want a free shirt, Patreon is the best way to go. Patreon is the best way to get yourself a free shirt, as well as discounts on shirts and hats when we get them, and other things that we're gonna be having. We're gonna be dropping a merch store too, so stay tuned for that. But please come support our Patreon, man. That's the best way to help us. But we do appreciate any support that anybody brings to us.
That's fact. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Before the Horn podcast, episode 39. Follow us on all our socials, as well as our personal Instagrams. They are on the screen, as well as in the description box. Thank you guys for supporting us, and we shall see you guys on the next episode. Peace.